What's good? Teofimo Lopez defeated Vasil Lomachenko to become the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He has all four belts now. And if you guys have been following my channel for any length of time, you know that this was a pretty hard fight to watch, especially the first half when I just thought, and it was a fact, and the outcome proved that Loma just wasn't doing enough. He was just had his hands up, was just moving around in circles, while the younger guy, the bigger guy, the stronger guy, the harder puncher guy, the harder punching guy was the one throwing. He was the one jabbing. He was the one being effective. He was hitting Lomachenko to the body, hooks to the body, jabs, the right hand, that uppercut that he threw from like mid range was very effective for Lopez, especially the first 6 rounds. After the third round, I kept saying, I was watching with my buddy, kept saying, Loma has to win this round now. Loma has to win this round. Loma has to win this round. And that happened until the 6th round. I did score round 5 for Loma, but that was still extremely close. Loma landed a couple good punches there. I think he did enough to win that round, but you could have still scored it for Lopez, and I think most of the judges did. The judges' scorecards were horrible. That's all I'm going to say about that. They knew who they were going to give this fight to before the fight started, but either way, Lopez was very effective the first half. Loma really blew it by his inactivity, and Bradley Andre Ward, they kept saying that Loma is patient, and he is very patient. He usually loses the first couple rounds, but in this fight, he was too patient. He was patient to his detriment. He didn't really get going until the 8th round, and that's when he really won rounds clearly. I think he won rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 clearly. So that's 5 rounds I think he won clearly. That's why all the scorecards pretty much, I could even go for 112, but that's giving Lopez all the benefits of the doubts in the close rounds. It's 116, 112, that's giving all the close rounds to Lopez, and I just think that's not fair for this fight that was very close. I think Loma deserved 1 or 2 of those close rounds. 5 or 6, Andre Ward gave round 2 to Lomachenko, so Loma as a champ, he deserved to win one of those rounds because Lopez was winning those early rounds, but some of those rounds were close enough to give to Loma. But at the end of the day, Loma dropped the ball in those first 6 rounds, and then he started picking up. He hit Lopez with a headbutt that really slowed down Lopez, and I thought, all right, this is where Loma puts the pressure, and that's when Loma got comfortable, started using his angle, started landing those beautiful combinations that he does, started moving around, pivoting. 8, 9, 10, and 11 we saw those. He was backing up Lopez. Lopez was the one tying up in those rounds, but after the 11th round, something clicked in Lopez. He said, this fight's close. He saw it. He felt it. He felt the sense of urgency. And he came into the 12th round knowing that he had to win it. And it looked like one of the early rounds. He was the one landing those right hands, landing those uppercuts, landing those body punches. I've said Loma does not like it to the body. Since Salido, no one has hit Lomachenko to the body very well until today, Lopez. So, I mean, it's easier said than done, but when someone does that, someone doesn't let Loma get comfortable, someone throws the hooks to the body like Lopez did tonight, it's possible to beat him. Lomachenko's still a great fighter, he could still come back from this, but not take anything away from Lopez, but he threw too many of those early rounds away, being safe, playing it safe, and not throwing enough, not being active enough. And because we saw in those mid rounds that he is clearly the more skilled fighters, because the rounds that Loma won clearly were extremely clear. And the rounds that Lopez won were the ones that Loma lost. Yeah, it was Lopez's pressure that was hurting Lomachenko, but still Loma wasn't doing anything to win those rounds. And Lopez was still landing some good punches when Lomachenko was clearly winning the round. So he was still if I'm making any sense, so he was still trying his hardest to win those rounds. I don't think Lomachenko tried his hardest in the first couple rounds. He did what he usually did. He stuck to the regular plan when he should have had a different plan after the third, fourth round. He should have picked it up sooner. I think he relied too much on him being the champion, him being Lomachenko, that they would give him the fight. Even at the end of the fight, he said he thought he won, and I don't think he did enough to win this fight. He threw away too many of the early rounds, but Lopez is a real deal. He made Lomachenko fight like that. So definitely credit to him. He looked strong. He threw some very good combinations, very good body shots. He was very effective in his plan. He said he's gonna move up to 140, but I really, really hope that there's a rematch. This was a very good fight, and I would love to see what changes Lomachenko makes in the rematch and what changes Lopez makes in the rematch. Maybe he doesn't even let Lomachenko get off those spurts in the middle of the rounds. But yeah, I'm glad this fight happened. We got a new undisputed champion. Lomachenko is 14-2 now. It just when you take on challenge after challenge, sometimes you lose. That's the lesson in this. I don't want to hear, oh, Lomachenko's a bum. He lost to a guy that's 15-0. No, he lost to the only other champion in search of greatness, in search of becoming the undisputed champion. So I don't want to hear any of that here. He fought Lomachenko in his second professional fight from the amateurs. So no, Lomachenko is still one of the greats. Is still one of the pound for pounds, but right now we have to put Lopez above him because he beat him. But I definitely want to see that rematch as soon as possible. Thanks everybody for watching, and what did you guys think? Peace.